Right now on News 4 New York, the toxic waste next door. Tonight, 4 investigates the noxious chemicals hidden deep below the earth. And the government says it will not dig up the materials as part of its cleanup plan.
That's raising some big concerns, especially since the land sitting right on the banks of the Hudson in Bergen County is considered to be one of the most contaminated land in the country. Tonight, 4 investigates. Here's Natalie Pascarella.
On Hudson River Road in Edgewater, New Jersey, amid the towers and new development, it's the fence that first catches your eye. Behind it, an empty swath of land with an ugly, toxic past.
We're not surprised to find the contamination there.
It's been the talk of the town for years. The Quanta superfund site, as the EPA calls it, land poisoned by companies all the way back to the late 1800s. Arsenic, chromium, lead, coal tar. It's an underground stew that stretches from Under River Road to the Hudson.
It concerns the whole town. You have people passing through. We have so many cars that go through here.
But what's most concerning to many residents who attended a meeting with the EPA recently is the plan to deal with the mess.
You never know what can happen. I mean, if there's anything as far as like toxins in the air.
After a decade of research and testing, the EPA has approved a plan to leave the toxins in the ground and solidify them in a mix of concrete.
The meeting here tonight, it seemed one of the big concerns, the decision to do the solidification as opposed to excavating. People were concerned about not just getting it out.
One of the things that concerned us with the excavation is that you're going to be removing hazardous material, particularly in an area where you have residences relatively close by.
The EPA has plenty of documentation that says the solidification method is safe, but not everyone is convinced.
There are a lot of opportunities for something to go wrong.
4 investigates tracked down Dr. Peter Defer, an environmental scientist in Virginia who specializes in toxic cleanups. He did consulting work on the Edgewater site.
This process has been used in the past, but not this deep. This process has been used in the past, but in climates that are warmer and not in the immediate vicinity that is right adjacent to a freshwater saltwater interface.
There's no reason to think that we are not standing on the polluted area.
Gil Hawkins is president of the Hudson River Fishermen's Association.
We're concerned about the river. We're concerned about the fact that this site is going to continue to leach into the river.
Dealing with the river is part 2 of the EPA's plan. It involves installing a barrier underground to filter toxins from groundwater flowing into the Hudson. There's no firm timeline for that to happen, but this much is certain.
The EPA cleanup of this site is scheduled to start this fall, and it's expected to take almost 2 years. But here on the perimeter, we found this sign with an artist's rendering.
That's right. While the cleanup is not completely nailed down, plans to build on the site once the toxins are solidified in cement are well underway. Back at the meeting, residents were told the site will be monitored for the next 30 years. But still, there's worry about what happens after that.
It's definitely still concerning to know that it's still there and that, you know, our children or maybe our children's children, if we decide to stay here, could potentially be exposed to this again.
Now, the EPA stressed that solidification is a tried and true technology, that they've thoroughly researched this remedy, and Honeywell has applied this to other locations. The community involvement coordinator told me that those implementing cleanup are experts in the field and that air and groundwater monitoring will happen throughout this cleanup. Sabila.
Natalie, thank you. More investigations mean more answers. So if you have something you think 4 investigates should look into, call us at 1-866-NEWS-244.
We have a disgusting